The film begins with a massive meteor, hurtling rapidly toward Earth. Parts of it burn up in the upper atmosphere, but one large fragment continues on its path to our planet. In Arizona, a man named Wayne Gray is practicing for his upcoming firefighter exam by setting up a mannequin. Suddenly, the meteor slams down near him, sending his car flying and almost claiming his life. The meteor's impact creates a deep hole in the ground, about 80 feet down, that opens into an underground cavern. The next morning, a local college professor named Harry Block receives word about the meteor crash on Route 89A. He teams up with his fellow faculty member and friend, Ira Kane, who is single and has been quietly focusing on his research. Eager to investigate, Harry and Ira head out by car to examine the crash site. Upon arrival, they are directed into a cave at the meteor's impact point. Inside, Harry and Ira observe a strange fluid seeping from the rock, something that resembles a form of alien blood. Back in their campus laboratory, Ira studies the fluid and discovers mysterious organisms swirling within it. He's astonished at how rapidly these alien cells evolve. Within hours, the simple fluid transforms into more complex forms. At one point, the growing organisms even shatter a small glass container. Convinced they've made a monumental discovery, Harry and Ira decide to keep it under wraps for now, wary of immediately sharing their breakthrough with the government. Meanwhile, Wayne and his fellow firefighter recruits prepare for their final exam. During the test, Wayne dozes off and is harshly scolded by his supervisor. When he attempts to climb a ladder, his fire hose comes loose, leading to a failed result. Disheartened by his setback, Wayne takes a temporary job tending lawns. As he works, he notices tiny bugs skittering out of a storage shed. Unsettled by these strange, possibly new insects, he steps away in fear. The following day, Harry and Ira take a group of their students to the Meteor Crash site for a survey. Venturing deep into the cave, they find bizarre fungi and moss thriving around the meteor. Almost immediately, they stumble upon some odd insect-like creatures hiding within a haze. These aliens cannot handle direct exposure to Earth's oxygen and die once they encounter open air. Harry and Ira capture a few specimens in a jar, shocked to see the creatures multiply by splitting into two. Excited by the discovery, they rush the samples back to their lab for further study. Not long after, Harry and Ira attempt to visit the site again, but are surprised to find it barricaded by the U.S. military, now fully controlling the area. Ira soon encounters his former employer, General Russell Woodman, from whom he was dismissed under embarrassing circumstances back in his Army research days. It turns out General Woodman hacked Ira's computer, discovered the meteor location, and promptly sealed off the site. A government scientist, Dr. Allison Reed, appears and criticizes Harry and Ira for hiding their find from the authorities. However, Harry and Ira argue that they deserve credit for the discovery and were only trying to protect their research. Eventually, General Woodman expels Harry and Ira from the site, threatening federal prison if they don't relinquish any alien samples they've taken. In a subsequent hearing, Harry and Ira attempt to assert intellectual rights over their findings. Yet Dr. Reed, under instructions from the military, reveals Ira's past mistake. He once developed a vaccine with unfortunate side effects on test subjects, which led to his dismissal. Faced with these allegations, Harry and Ira lose their case and leave empty-handed, only to discover that someone has stolen all their lab samples, presumably under the general's orders. Furious, they decide to infiltrate the military camp to reclaim their data. Disguising themselves, Harry as a soldier and Ira as a higher-ranking officer, they manage to slip past guards. Donning bright orange suits designed to protect from possible alien biohazards, they reach the meteor's center once again. To their shock, the subterranean space has evolved into an otherworldly ecosystem resembling a dense forest, teeming with alien bugs and animals. Dr. Allison Reed secretly follows them and tries to intervene just as a bizarre mosquito-like creature attacks Harry. The alien mosquito burrows into Harry's suit, forcing medical personnel to painstakingly remove it. Exposed to open air, The creature promptly dies. Dr. Reed claims ignorance of any wrongdoing regarding the theft of Harry and Ira's lab work, and, given her previous friendship with Ira, she refrains from turning them into the guards. Elsewhere, Wayne starts working as a server for a wealthy homeowner's party. That evening, the homeowner takes his companion to a golf course lake for a private outing. While he's there, a creature resembling an alien crocodile emerges from the water and drags him under, leaving no chance for escape. By the next day, Harry and Ira return to the campus and find a battered blue car parked outside the building. Inside is Wayne, anxiously waiting for them, cradling something beneath a blue tarp. He reveals a dead alien crocodile, the very one that killed the wealthy man, later succumbing itself, possibly from an inability to adapt to the environment. Wayne sensed something extraordinarily strange about the creature, so he brought it to Harry and Ira for examination. Meanwhile, in a suburban house, a group of women gathers for a get-together. One woman opens the basement door and spots an odd critter, mistaking it for a dog. As she tentatively reaches out her hand, the creature bites her. Another woman tries to fend it off with a gun, but the alien suddenly collapses, rendered powerless. Ira meets Reed and says, "We need to end this research because it's too dangerous." Reed responds, "It's still under control and we can handle it." Before long, Harry and Ira confirm that a mutated alien killed that woman after biting her. Realizing the threat is escalating, they bring Wayne along to investigate the house. Inside, they discover a dead, greenish life form. They also find multiple dragon-like creatures outside, all deceased. Harry deduces that the sprawling cave system beneath the crash site connects to varied drainage tunnels and water sources, such as golf course ponds across the region. Moreover, it appears many aliens perish when exposed to our atmosphere, as they have not adapted to live freely in open-air conditions. Suddenly, one of the dragon-like creatures stirs and lays an egg before it dies. From that egg, a smaller but fully air-breathing dragon emerges, demonstrating the alien's alarming ability to adapt. This winged creature escapes and ends up wreaking havoc at a local shopping mall, swooping through the building and terrifying the public. Racing to intervene, Harry, Ira, and Wayne gather some weapons and hurry to the mall. Wayne attempts to lure the creature with a megaphone and some improvised singing, much to Harry's embarrassment, but it surprisingly works. As the beast flies in, Ira seizes the moment and shoots it down, while Harry rescues a distressed civilian. News of these attacks spread swiftly, putting pressure on city officials and the governor to figure out a solution. The governor heads to the military base, demanding an explanation for the alien invasion. When Dr. Allison Reed reports how rapidly the creatures evolve, the governor learns it could only be a matter of weeks, or even days, before the aliens take over the city. Harry, Ira, and Wayne also arrive at the base, where General Woodman confronts them, accusing them of breaching security and letting the aliens escape. The governor, now anxious, authorizes the general to destroy the creatures by incinerating them and blowing up the caves beneath the crash site. While the group argues, a pack of monkey-like aliens breaks into the base and attacks. One of the creatures goes for the governor, but Wayne manages to save him. Shaken by this near disaster, the governor grants the general full support for a massive strike. Consequently, Harry, Ira, Wayne, and even Dr. Allison Reed are all ordered to leave the premises. However, Reed manages to grab some stolen samples and data before exiting. Back at Ira's lab, they examine the sample, puzzled why it hasn't morphed further. Harry tosses a lighter near it, and the fluid instantly expands. They realize heat triggers the alien's accelerated evolution. Alarmed that the planned bombing will only supercharge the alien ecosystem, Reed calls General Woodman to explain. He ignores her warnings and proceeds with the bombing. At that moment, Ira recalls the periodic table and notes that just as carbon can be toxic to humans, another element, selenium, is lethal for these aliens. Two of their students mention that many common shampoos contain selenium. Inspired, Wayne suggests they load up a fire truck with gallons of shampoo and spray it directly into the alien nest. Agreeing on this plan, the team drives a tanker truck filled with shampoo to the cavern opening. Unfortunately, they arrive just as the general detonates explosives, inadvertently causing the aliens to evolve again at an astonishing rate. A colossal, blob-like organism emerges, threatening to spawn countless more creatures. Before it can multiply, Ira, Harry, and Wayne maneuver the fire truck near the gigantic alien mass. Extending the ladder, Ira and Harry pump massive amounts of selenium-rich shampoo into the creature. "Keep it in there," they yell, while Wayne helps them hold the hose steady. The alien convulses in response. Dr. Allison Reed drives the fire truck away as quickly as possible, and moments later, the enormous alien explodes in a spectacular, messy burst. In the aftermath, the governor publicly commends Harry, Ira, Wayne, and Allison as heroes. He announces that Wayne, at long last, will be granted his dream promotion to the city's fire department. With the alien threat neutralized, the city breathes a collective sigh of relief, and the film ends. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, because by subscribing you have supported me to make better videos. See you in the next video.